Previously on 2 Past Midnight.
Bruce, when he gets shot in the head, he screams, "Ah, God!" And he gets up and he just runs.
You see a couple civilians that are in the hex get up and start to like grab them. They're basically like grappling them and trying to choke them out.
It makes sense narratively, right? Like he's watching through the scope, they get entangled, and he's just waiting for an opportunity to take the shot.
Josiah, these people are depending on you. You've got to get back in there.
So Murph was just looking for an opening. That guy broke free and he squeezed the trigger.
This is a very cool journal here. You may find something with it. I think this is a map if you have any interest in that.
While he's still talking, Emmett's going to start cracking open the map.
You notice that it has the same 3 locations marked on it that you guys have on your map. So what are you guys thinking so far?
Dude, this is awesome. And I love that you leaned into my goblinry.
I was like, Kyle's going to go around and try to loot shit. So, yeah.
It's either going to be that or you're going to have like a booby trap and a grenade goes off. And I die.
Kaboom!
You mean you use Kyle's goblinry to give us a plot device?
I did.
Oh, that's nice.
That's some elite level GMing right there.
But how could you have possibly known that
He was going to gobble. I don't know. It's weird.
How?
Weird.
I mean, how?
That's why I was like, before you guys get too far in this whole side conversation about what Kyle found and has not found yet, Kyle, you find this.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. But yeah, so you guys noticed that the X's are the same, like there's the same markings or the same grid squares basically as where your map shows. And, yeah.
Whoa, that looks just like the map, the other map we got.
Yeah, these points almost match up perfectly.
Now, here's the question, though. This is a really well French translated version of this journal here. Now, do we think this belonged to one of the Soviets? Or did they pull it off of a French guy? And what is his relation to our British guy?
Actually, Kyle, as you're flipping through, occasionally you notice a word that's misspelled. Like, you'd be like, that's spelled wrong. That should have been an A, not an E type
So
thing.
there are inconsistencies with this journal, which would lead me to believe it is not from a native Frenchman, if you will. So this could have possibly been our Soviet who had, a hobby or just noticed some... the irony of the beauty that is here with the heinous things that some of the Soviets were doing is kind of crazy. Kind of wish we hadn't killed this one. It would be... I think we could have got along. But... So I think our limey British friend was a little bit spot on with something that might be going on with what the Soviets' master plan is. It may behoove us to look into these places a little bit. I know we're heading towards your son. I'm pointing you in the right direction. I understand that, but this is the second straight thing that's kind of told us there may be something going on in a few areas.
Jeremy, the other one that was up to the front that was incapacitated by damage, you notice he's still alive.
Gonna go perform medical aid on him.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not terrible.
All right, so you're going to go perform medical aid on that guy?
He's not dead, unconscious, right?
He's unconscious. Incapacitated by damage, unconscious.
Okay. Restrain him first.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
You're also able to get some keys off of the Soviets for these handcuffs that they were in.
Nice. So I'll just put him in handcuffs.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they were really just kind of like padlock chained together. You know what I mean? More
Sure.
so than anything else, but yeah.
Can I also kind of steal a padlock chain and a key just to put in my bag?
Sure.
Just to have.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
I'm gonna put it down as essentially set of cuffs.
Yeah. Do we check and see if you still had a set of handcuffs, Jeremy?
Actually, no, I wasn't, but I do not have a set of handcuffs. That's not a thing I have. No, I was rolling medical aid, and I rolled a 1. So
Did you push it?
nope, I have flat B for medical aid.
Okay. Technically, he would become not incapacitated, recapacitated, as Kyle likes to say, in a stretch.
Okay.
I feel attacked.
That's the official terminology.
So he's restrained. Yeah, no, Merrick's gonna move him over to one of the trees and chain him to one of the trees and just kind of wait for him to wake up. And then who's in charge of the people here?
It would more than likely be me. My name is Philip.
Okay.
And that's the same guy that was talking to Brian.
Right. Philip, these men are going to come back. Obviously not these ones, but they have a larger
You mean
encampment.
they're going to come back? Are they zombies?
Yes, we've actually transitioned to The Walking Dead from here.
I've seen Dawn of the Dead before. Not the remake, but the original.
The original one, yeah.
Yes.
No, these men have a much larger encampment to the southwest. They're going to find reinforcements if that other man makes it back to them. You need to return to your village as fast as possible and possibly hide. You're going to have to hide for some time. I'm sure they're going to want retribution of some kind from your village. You need to go warn them. And most of you probably need to get out of there.
I will let them know, and we will do what we can. Thank you very much. And he starts telling him, hey, let's go back. And they start to head back to. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you need anything or a place to lay low, you will be more than welcome in our home.
Thank you.
Can we have him mark his village on the map?
Sure, it's that one that was straight to the east.
I got you. I'm just saying,
Yeah, he
We're
said the
basically
name of it.
asking you if you would mark it on the map. This is the one.
Which is not on that map. But, and then waiting a stretch for that dude to wake up.
Let me mark the map.
Making friends. Skaržisko Kamienia. I don't know. I'm guessing. Can we do like Ludo and just be like, friend? Can we just put a picture of Ludo on there? Or is that we can't use that IP, huh?
No.
That's a shame.
Because it's,
There we go.
yet again, as everything else is, owned by Disney.
Is it?
Here.
It's got Henson's name on it, pretty much.
No.
I think they actually did sell that and Dark Crystal to somebody else, though.
This one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that I thought we were going to head into, and then we didn't.
That was the one Merrick suggested we go to. And then we didn't.
So yeah, so he points to there, and Skarsgård. That's where we're headed to. As I said, if you need anything,
Before he goes, does he have any idea what's at these locations marked with X's?
no, I have no idea. That's not our map. They had this map on them.
I just want to know if those marks, those locations mean anything to you.
No idea. Nothing specific.
Well, I'm glad we were able to help y'all out. I mean,
Yes.
God saved you for today, but just know that this group will come back down probably on your village like a hammer. So do not do not dilly-dally, as a friend of mine would have said.
We won't. And they take off running down the road. In mass.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
No, they just go walking down the road.
While they do this, I'm going to grab 2 bottles of water each for you 3 and myself. So I'm going to give you guys each 2 bottles of water, and then I'm going to tell Novak that there are now 36 bottles of water. I'm sorry, 34 bottles of water for his people to divvy up to the 7 or 8 people that we still have hiding, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to take 5 rations each here. So I'm going to take 5, give 5 to Chris, give 5 to Emmett, and then I assume instead of giving 5 to you and then the rest of the people, I'll just give the remaining 20 to you to do as you will with between you and the people. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know if I can carry that much.
You wouldn't have to. You would be able to disperse it among the rest of the people.
No, I mean, but to get it to the people.
They're all on the other side of these trees here. They just weren't included in the firefight. That's because you guys were at your camp, saw this, and like moved into this tree line, like just south of where your camp is.
Gotcha.
So each one of you should have 5 rations, and if you had anything left over from prior, where we had a few, because I still had 2 left as well, and then I was 3 of 4 on water. I'm going to be now 5 of 6 on water.
My cupboard was empty, but now I got 5 food and 5 water.
And then I gave enough that all the other people can have some as well. So I was able to goblin and not look greedy. So
Well, I'm sorry. I'm messing with you. When you only gave me the 1 reload for the SVD, is that right?
I gave you 1 additional reload. So it was full, and I gave you a reload.
Okay, cool.
How much extra ammo do you have for the Dragunov SVD, whatever?
I still have 6.
The reason I'm asking is I have a reload and what do I have left in this mag? And 7 rounds left in this mag, so I got 17 rounds total. And by the way, I don't see any complaining about my shooting this time, asshole.
And I just give the golf clap.
I mean, there were a few times you didn't shoot at all, actually.
No, I
they
only
kept moving.
I took 3 shots, took 3 guys out.
All right, so, Jeremy, where were you going to pin? Where were we going to tie up that guy? Ping where you want to be him tied up. You said the trees somewhere.
Let's go right next to this large outcropping of rock. I like the visual of
Yep.
Right
I got
next
you.
to the rock.
Right next to this big boulder. Yeah. So it can be stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm with you. All right. So some of you guys are, I'm going to assume, take some of the water back up to the rest of the civilians. And
Yeah,
food.
I'm kind of making a show of, hey guys, look at all this I got for you. Here's some. Make sure you drink up.
All right. So what's everyone doing? So
Typical Bruce stuff.
you're taking that stuff up to them?
Yeah.
Assume that camp's up here to the north, in this tree line, up where y'all were started off at. Emmett, Murph, what's your guys' plan?
Emmett would stick with Novak. He would reload what he could on the hunting rifle, and Novak, what's your plan here? What's the play?
I'm gonna talk to this man. And you can clearly see that Novak is tired as fuck. And you know he's been awake for a long time.
Did we get a full rest? I don't think we did, right?
No, this is
Emmett
kind of
roused
erupted
the
it.
two of you
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah, I think Novak and Murph are both pretty fucking exhausted because we had just gotten back from that trek.
Yeah, I've sleep deprived checked on my character sheet. When he woke up, that was it. Like sleep deprived right then. So
Murph, what are you gonna do? LT Bruce was running that shit back up there. He may not be able to carry everything all at once on his own.
I'll help him carry because I'll give him. Yeah, I'll help him carry because I'll give him shit about him complaining about my shooting. Just not,
right, so,
not in a serious way.
So we see Murph and LT headed back up. We see Emmett and Novak there with that Soviet tied up to a tree or something right beside that big boulder, the blocking terrain.
Novak's leaning up against the boulder and just staring down at this man, and he pulls his sidearm from his holster, and he pulls the slide back and checks it, puts it back, and kind of stares off into the distance a little bit.
Emmett, you're there with him?
Novak, you ain't looking too hot.
You're looking hot enough for both of us.
I appreciate the compliment, but I'm serious. You don't look like you're doing so well.
I will be fine.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, I'll stay here with you then.
I do not mind.
Just so if you happen to doze off or something, nobody can get the jump on you. The other two are taking supplies back to the camp, so everybody should be fed and watered here, so looks like you'll be the worst one off of us.
They'll be good for the food. That is a shame how we had to get it.
I mean, it's a shame that human beings are willing to do such things to each other.
Yes, those people in that village, well, there was nothing those Russians could have gotten from them. They could have left them alone. Collaborators in their own country, collaborating with whom? Huh? Is their country. The Russians fuck off.
So he starts to wake up. What is this? He's saying this in Russian, but I'm assuming you speak Russian
Novak
at this
speaks
point. That's
Russian.
why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you hear him. He's like, "What is this? What?" And he's like gripping his, like kind of like his head, because I think he got pinged in the head a couple times,
I failed my medical roll, so no idea.
That was where I think he got hit, that like incapacitated him with damage so that he didn't die, but he was still got knocked the fuck out basically. And what's that? And he's got a little bit of blood like just dripping down his face. What is this? What?
You are currently tied to a tree in the Polish countryside. That is where you are.
You're one of them, aren't you?
I am one of no one. I'm coming from... Wait. No, I guess from, I don't know. I'm coming from Krakow. I am going to, traveling. But you were not, you were arresting Polish citizens under what authority?
Under what authority? They were dangerous. They were collaborating with insurgencies.
Collaborating with insurgencies. They are Polish people in Polish country. And you say, against what government? The Polish government?
They are not working for the Polish government, you fool.
No, they are working for themselves.
You are from Krakow, you say?
Yes.
They were working for a different group. They are part of the... and he says something that sounds like opiate for the masses, but apparently it's made them violent now, is what he says. Something like that, which in Russian, like he says it, you're like, what the fuck? You know? But it takes you a second there, but you're like, he's talking about religious extremists.
Are you talking about the Brotherhood?
They call themselves the Shepherd's Flock. That's who they are working for. They are looking for something. We were bringing intelligence back to our unit. It is some NATO, and he like glances over at Emmett while he's saying, it's like some fucking NATO research facility they were looking for.
Oh, some NATO research facility. What are they researching? Do you know?
diseases.
Diseases?
Yes.
Like,
They got the shepherd's flock got information that that NATO had developed the plague that's been going around, making everyone sick, that it is a man-made infection. And shepherd's flock is trying to find that location to, they say things like break the seals. I don't know about their bullshit.
So you say they're shepherd's flock. They say they are not included in that. Then,
And you believe them and just let them go. What do you think we have lots of intel on exactly why these ones were collaborating. Some were housing them, some were them themselves.
Here is thing. I am believing you right now. No?
Are you?
You are not dead yet.
That is fair. I am not dead yet, but I am also potentially not far from it. I don't know why I'm doing an accent, but it's more fun.
I am doing an accent because I am Polish speaker speaking Russian, so it's still accent.
He's not Russian, but he's speaking Russian.
Oh. So, drafty. All right. Okay, but, okay. Let's say I believe you.
Yes.
They are part of Shepherd's flock, and they are trying to find the research facility.
Yes, and I was trying to get this information back to our organization so that we could find it first.
Hey,
So we could stop them.
Hey, no way. Ask him about these X's on the map. One of his people were carrying this.
Oh, yes, okay. Hey, on the map, there are these X's.
Duh.
What are these for?
This was their map.
It was their map.
Duh.
Do you know which one of them was carrying the map?
I don't know which one had the map. I do know that one of them had the map, but I mean, that would have been what the commandant would have had. His information. He points over at one of the other guys. It's got a bullet hole in his head.
You were
Commandant
not
might
there.
not be the right, but I'm just throwing out some bullshit.
You were not there when the arrests were made.
I don't know who had the map. I just know that it was retrieved from one of them. I don't know which. There was like 36 of them or some shit.
Yes, there were many of them. Yeah. Okay. So, the question is, I know what you are doing out here. I know why. But what to do with you now?
Well, I guess it is up to you. You could let me go. I am unarmed. I will probably die.
Yeah. We will probably all die.
Yes, but those that are unarmed, it's a little bit quicker than others.
You may be surprised. But, see, here is always conundrum, always problem. You take someone and arrest them, and then what do you do with them once you have them? And can you keep them for longer than maybe you should? This is a common question. He kind of looks down and checks the chain and walks away and kind of gives a head nod to Emmett. Walks over to the road. He says the X's, the map was actually from the people in the village, that they are associated with the shepherd's flock. Which they may or may not be, I do not know.
No, man, have you had run-ins with those folks?
I know of them, but I am Polish. They'd bother me not so much.
Oh, man, we've had a couple times we've run around with those two.
But he says that the shepherd's flock is looking for a research facility that is researching diseases, and he says that the shepherd's flock believes that the NATO is actually creating the plague that is going around. So they are looking to gain the plague so that way they can, he said, the seals, which I can only assume it means they want to, start or open the seals and begin the end. Like in the book,
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm aware of the book.
with the horses, the men on horses.
Well, full disclosure, I'm fully aware of what you're talking about. We've had multiple run-ins with shepherd flock and their handiwork. We have had multiple run-ins with Soviets and their people, and we have lost some of our own to the CDC basically trying to clean up this plague as they see fit. WHO, sorry.
Who?
So I'm not sure at this point. Nobody. I'm at a loss here because at this point I'm a little confused as to who the real enemy is. I mean, we're looking at picking the lesser of three evils here. I've seen the damage that the disease can do, the shepherd flock can do, the Soviets can do, and every other human being on this planet. So I'm not sure which direction to go.
We do not have to solve these problems today, and many of them are not even in our control to solve. The problem we have right now is this man. And what do we do with him? Do we leave him chained to the tree? Do we let him go? Do we kill him? I do not like that one. But what do we do with him? As soon as we let him go, he is sure to run back to his people and let them know what has happened here.
Oh yeah, he's gonna catch right up to his buddy that made it out of here. And
Yeah,
honestly, we ain't got time to sit around here and debate this too much longer before they start. We need to make some distance between us and this.
We are running out of time, yes.
Yeah, so we can leave him here, hope that his people come back here and try and find him, but if he sees us heading in any certain direction, he's gonna tell him where we went and what we did.
Yep.
Even then.
Yep.
So I don't know what the right call is here. I've made a lot of bad ones. Seems like here recently. Today seemed to be alright though.
It's not over yet. Okay. So I'm going to let him go before we go. I have no realistically, there is no real means to hold him. We cannot take him with us. There is no anything we can do with him. We have to let him go. But we should let him go before we leave. So that way he does not know which way we're going. You were right about that, I think.
Alright, well, I'd say cut him loose. We'll keep the cuffs and let's double time out of here. You're not looking, you're looking pretty worse for wear, but, if you're willing to try and push it, we should probably try and at least put a little distance between us and whatever this was. 'Cause we're kind of sitting on top of it.
The villagers say we are welcome in their home at any time. We could take them up on their offer, maybe sleep. Who knows how long
but don't you think that's the first place they're gonna head?
It is probably the first place there. This is the first place I would go, is back to village with reinforcements if at all possible.
Right, because the two guys who got away are gonna say, we took people from here, took casualties, lost the people, so they will immediately go back.
Yes, but how long it takes? We may get, 6, 12 hours maybe before they show.
So, not to throw a monkey wrench in that, but according to the Russian, those people that you just let go, some of them were shepherd's flock.
Right.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was out there, too.
But we were told we were always welcome there at this point. So. Okay.
I think we should rally back at the campsite. You need to make a roll and see if we can even try and move.
We haven't traveled this heck, or this... is it in a day, or is it consecutive, Adam?
I mean, without rest, so...
Right.
Okay.
And I don't think...
And you've been hunting, so...
Right. You have
mean,
Doing a
not...
lot of shit.
Yeah, you have not rested. So you are...
Yeah.
You and
so,
Murph are what it hinges on, but I think Murph has Ranger and some other things
Yeah,
too, so he has a better
I
shot
do not.
at it,
Yeah.
at making it. But I think both of you would require a roll to even see if we can try and move. If not, you're gonna have to sleep for a shift. We're gonna have to hope for the
Yeah.
best and then double time out of here.
No, we're gonna have to. I'll push it at least one shift, just to get out of this fucking situation.
And I think you had taken a point of stress from the
Oh yeah.
sleep deprivation, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now, what is your name, Russian?
Drugov.
Drugov. Okay. Now, what I would like to know from you is how far is your most forward operating position? How long will it take you to get back to your people to let them know that this is not gone your way?
Hold
And
on.
at this point, I would like to use the interrogator specialty.
Yep. Hold on. Go ahead and roll it then.
Okay, that is an A and a B.
And it would be his stamina. 'Cause interrogating, technically.
Oh yeah, but there's also like, do I get positives? Do I get other bonuses?
I
because
mean,
there's more of
currently
us?
he's a prisoner to you.
Okay.
Right.
Andy's outnumbered.
Right.
So how many?
Yeah. I think that's like +2 is what you would get,
All
basically.
right, so I'm rolling an A and an A at this point.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a 7 and an 8, so 2 successes.
Yeah, I mean, he seems resistant at first, obviously, but he's like fucking exhausted and beat up and, just
Look,
beat the fuck down. And
We are going to let you go, okay? Just let us know how much of a head start we have here. We know they're coming after us. Just let me know, okay?
it will take me at least like 4 days to get to where my people are.
Okay.
Not 4, I guess. Like on foot, and that's if there's no problems at all. Actually, let's see. Wait, I did that math wrong. So 2 days.
2 days. It will take you 2 days to get back to your people, and that is assuming nothing goes wrong. Okay.
And that is if I just walk the whole way and take break, eat. But the rest of the time walking. Take break, sleep, walk.
Andy is unarmed, so.
But I have to cross the river and everything. It's a ways away.
That is a long ways.
I'm going to put you over on that map, actually. Because that's an important detail.
I've been worried for a while that those X's were biolabs, and I was really hoping I was wrong.
So he tells you that he would have to, it's like 2 days, about 80 kilometers, and he's going to have to cross the river, and it's a ways.
Drugov, I'm sorry for this, but for this situation, But I tell you what, I can give you water. A day's worth of water.
I won't make it to the river in a day, but it'll get me halfway there at least.
You're a soldier, huh? You're tough.
I would make it, but you know,
It will not be comfortable, but what is now?
nothing.
Okay, and those chain? You can have the chain too.
He also does tell you to the northwest is where you would have to go. Like, you get that much information. Northwest, about 80 kilometers.
Oh, he would have to go to the northwest? 80 kilometers?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Okay. What's to the northwest about 80 kilometers? There's a decent amount of cities over there. Okay. Fun. And in the direction of Lodz. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Drugov. Here is water. Okay. So you take your bottle of water and the chains that you have.
Duh.
Merrick reaches down and unlocks the padlock and throws the key off into the bushes and hands him the chain with the padlock locked at the end. That is for safety. Yeah?
The club?
Is better than hands, no?
It is, but I will not kill much food with this.
Yeah. It takes 3 to 4 weeks to starve. So, you only have 2 days of travel. You will be fine.
Okay, thank you. Tell your American friends I said thank you as well.
Yes. I would recommend you go fast from here. And then at your own pace, however you wish. But from here, maybe go faster.
I appreciate it.
If we meet again, well, perhaps it'll be better next time.
Perhaps. And he gets up and starts headed west down the road. We cut back over to the camp. And you guys have passed out the food. Dr. Dolinsky was like, "Oh, I'm just glad you made it back, Murph and the lieutenant. Is everyone is okay? Is Merrick okay?"
Yeah, I think the only one that got shot is me.
How is your noggin, by the way?
Let me take a look. Let me take a
check
look.
this
And
out.
He checks it out.
God, I had this helmet on.
Let me see this. And I can patch you up. And he's like starts like he takes your helmet off and is like bandaging your wound, which is my fancy way of saying he's going to roll medical aid for you to see if he can give you back some HP. 2 points.
Sweet.
Yeah. I think that takes you back up the fold, doesn't it?
Yep. I'm back to gravy.
There you go. So,
Doc, thank you. Appreciate it.
of course. And and like the rest of the civilians, like you guys given a couple rifles to some of the civilians. I think it was
I gave out the
Felix.
I gave ammo for the 2 AK-74s and
Yeah.
Felix and it wasn't
Somebody.
Gustav.
Boleslav. And anyway, so what are you guys doing while they were down there chit-chatting with the Russian? Anything else, Murph, LT? Handing out food?
I was going to say just mostly handing out food, and I was just kind of jokingly reciting back through some of the French book. I'm still going through the journal and messing with some stuff in there.
Okay.
Yeah, handing out food and giving them an update on what transpired in that little firefight. You know, kind of give them not the play-by-play, but hey, this is what happened. This is what we did with the people that we got.
And I am not leading on at any point in time that I ran for any significant. I'm pretending that I was there the whole time doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing.
I mean, no one else would have been able to see you, so they were all looking down range, so they wouldn't have, like, even Merrick wouldn't have been able to see it from where he was. Yep. All right, Kyle, roll me a intelligence, just a flat intelligence roll.
That would be a B for me.
I think that's what I'm going to go with on this. What are the other intelligence skills? There's recon, there's
Survival and tech.
roll recon. Yeah, roll a recon roll, just so that you're rolling another skill with
Gotcha.
it.
I got a 1 and a 2.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're flipping through, and it looks pretty normal. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. Like I said, occasionally you'll see a word that's misspelled in French, which would lead you to believe that whoever wrote it maybe wasn't, you know, good at spelling or a native French speaker.
Gotcha.
And the other two come walking back into the camp.
Hey, guys, what'd you find out?
I think we just need to try and get everybody kind of loaded up. Let's get moving. We don't need to stick around here any longer.
Doctor, we need to get everyone rallied up, and we need to get the civilians ready to go.
Did you just leave that guy taped to the tree, or is he still down there?
No, he is. We set him loose.
So he just went back to get more people?
That is why we need to move.
Okay. Hey, you guys are in charge. Sure. Where are we going?
That is a very good question.
So, I mean, we got dots on a map.
I think we're going to keep heading the direction we was heading.
Keep on mission.
Okay. I'm just because. So we have 2 different maps, 2 different sources that both say there are cool things like right in this vicinity, and we're just gonna head that way.
Well, I mean, cool things don't always mean cool things.
But 2 maps.
Uh-huh.
2.
And if you're heading down the road and you see something that says caution ahead and then dead end, that doesn't mean that it got any better just because there's multiples telling you the same thing.
Bruce,
2 maps.
we have 2 maps that say same thing, okay?
What do they say? I mean, we don't know what
They
they
say the exact same thing, but we have more important matters right now.
Do we? I thought we were just kind of wandering aimlessly. Because every time we get 2 steps here, we take 3 steps back and go around something. So, I mean...
We need to move, and then, once we have reestablished a safe place for all of these people, then we can discuss additional steps. Until then, shut the fuck up and move.
And exactly where do you think a safe place is? Because I have not really seen a safe place in 2 years, 3 years.
Far as safe place goes, he just means anywhere but here right now. So let's load up and get moving. We can talk about it on the way, Bruce.
All right, let's drag people and drag them that direction.
Captain, which direction do you think we should go? I think...
I mean, at this point, from the looks of our map and knowing kind of where we left off, we're going to be kind of threading the needle between the X's and the shepherd's flock town. So
We need to rest soon, so we can't plan a 70-mile hike right now either.
It's not 70-mile hike. We move 10 kilometers and then make camp.
if we can make a good camp, at least we're not sitting on top of the last known location.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait, so what is your guys' plan? What are you going to do?
We're going to move and then make camp.
Where are you moving to?
I don't know, Captain, pick a direction.
We're going to try and go northeast and try and thread the needle between the town and the X from last I remember from that map.
Are we staying close to the highway or getting off the highway?
I would need to see the bigger picture.
All right, hold on. Let me move you over to that big map. I mean, technically you'll be moving from a road hex into another one with a road hex, but you would have to go off-road to be doing so. Because you're not going into that one where the town is and then up. Mm-hmm. If you're going straight to there.
Right. So that's the direction we're headed.
I mean, yeah, if all we're doing is moving one hex to put a little distance between us and firefight, that's, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, and if we move from this hex to that hex, would we still need the well, we would still need a survival roll, but after that we wouldn't because we'd have the road again.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's assuming that Merrick doesn't just, like, pass out between...
Well, you might not even allow us to move this one.
Right.
You two have to make that now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Before we can even start to try and move. If not, we just stay in the camp that we're in and hope that it's hid well enough that they don't know where we came from. For at least a shift.
Yeah, well, it would be a shift to get there.
No,
I
I mean, if you can't make it, I mean, we're just staying where we're at.
Then you're just still in this hex.
Right.
And you would just be making a new camp at that
Right,
point.
but that's 2 shifts regardless.
Right.
Yes.
2 shifts to be in this hex or 2 shifts to get to that hex. And make camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can sleep as soon as we start making camp.
Right.
That all happens in the same function.
Correct.
So one to move. You're sleeping on the second one no matter what.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please.
And this is the evening shift at this point. So, Kyle, roll me a weather roll first. It's already cloudy.
4.
It is still cloudy. And also, it is the 18th of June, which is a Sunday, if anyone's curious at all.
Cool.
And also a full moon, but you can't tell because it's cloudy.
It is not a day of rest, apparently.
Nope, it is not. And so you guys are going to try to go to the northeast, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that requires 1 survival roll from whoever's navigating.
Captain.
All right.
Or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a C and a C. Unless anybody's got better than that.
Oh, yeah.
He's the music factory.
He does that. I do recon, right?
Yep, you would do recon. He needs to roll survival. Jeremy needs to roll stamina.
I got a 5
think.
and a 5.
Who else needs to roll stamina?
Chris.
All right, so Brian, you rolled a 5 and a 5. Was that after pushing it?
No,
Or
that was
just-
the first roll.
Okay, you can push that roll.
All right, I'm going to push it.
Okay.
That's an 8 and a 2. So 1 success.
Okay, so you do not get lost.
Thank goodness. Good gravy.
Chris, recon roll.
Recon roll. 9 and a 7. So 2.
Okay. And Kyle. Or Jeremy, stamina roll, right?
Chris still has to roll a stamina, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Chris and Jeremy, stamina rolls.
And
Stamina.
Chris, you do have Ranger also, don't you?
I do. So that makes the A and a D and A and a C.
Oh, that's pretty good.
9 and a 2. So just 1 success.
Okay. Jeremy?
I got a 7.
All right, cool. So you're able to move that 1 hex.
Yep.
Holy
Chris,
smokes.
how many successes did you get on your recon roll again?
2.
2. Rolled a 9 and a 7.
Okay. That's what I need to know. All right, so you guys move that 1 hex to the northeast. And you guys see the sun starting to set in the west over those trees. And you guys are in like a pretty wooded area. You don't have to go all the way up on the road if you don't want to, but you can see the road off ahead of you.
I mean, that gives us a good place to catch our bearings. At least we have the physical landmark. We should probably make camp and try and let you guys catch some shut-eye. Murph, would you be able to make camp? I can keep watch.
If Merc makes camp, he can't sleep.
I know he can't.
Okay.
But as long as we're not marching, he's fine. He's just in sleep depravity for 1 more shift.
Right.
But he's our best bet of making a camp that won't be found.
That's fair.
So, gonna have
Yeah, I
to
can
lean
do
on
it.
Murph and hope that you can push through this.
Yep. That's survival, then recon, right?
Yes. Survival to make the camp, then a recon to hide it.
LT just goes to bed.
Mm-hmm.
8 and a 6, so 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then recon. 10 and a 2. So
Okay,
two
so
successes.
1 success.
Two.
Do you
Two
want 2
successes.
successes? Do you want to push the 2?
Sure. 8.
Okay, so 3 successes.
Not bad.
Dope.
That's what we needed right now.
All right, so Merrick goes to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is making the camp. LT's going to sleep. Captain.
Keeping watch. So
Right.
it's a C and a C.
Yeah, and about half the civilians go to sleep too. Because they like being at 50% also.
6 and a 5. 1 success.
Okay. And Murph, Emmett, you guys talk about anything? You're the 2 oldest, been in the party forever.
Yeah, I asked him about. Emmett, what was up with the prisoner you guys talked to in these biolabs or whatever?
I mean, he gave us a line about the people that we released possibly being shepherd flock, and that's why they were trying to bring them in. He said that he made it sound like they wanted to release the virus. The best I could gather.
But he was blaming NATO for that?
No, he was blaming NATO for making the virus.
So those markings are supposed to be like NATO biolabs, and Shepherd's flock is trying to get a hold of them and release them?
Well, he said he didn't know what the markings were, but that's the best I could gather. He said that the map was actually one of the people we let go. That's where the map came from. He said he didn't actually know what the markings were. But based off of all information gathered, that's kind of the assumption I'm leaning on.
Trying to make sense of this whole thing because it seems like it's a finger pointing all the way around.
Well, I mean, Murph, what have we seen so far? You know, this is what I was trying to communicate to Novak, but we've seen shepherd flock killing and destroying people. We've been up and down with the Soviets more times than I'd like to count. And then we've seen what this plague does and what they do to try and get rid of it. I mean, I feel like there's just no good way to go about here.
But those blue trucks and the air quotes here, WHO people are the ones burning the villages, right? Because they think that they're infected.
That's what we've seen, yes.
But this guy thinks Shepherd's flock wants to release the virus, but I thought Shepherd's flock was burning shit too.
Well, I mean, we've only seen them really lighting crosses on fire with people on them. They haven't really been cleansing fire like what we've seen with our blue truck compadres.
But why would they want to release the virus? Wouldn't they?
Because they want to rid this country of everybody that's not from here.
Right, but wouldn't they be at risk of it too?
Don't know. I mean, it also kind of sounds like if I can't have it, nobody else will.
Or do they have some kind of vaccine or inoculation against it? I can't imagine they would.
I don't know. I mean, we're basing all this off of a guy we had chained to a tree's information and X's on a map. So, the way I see it, we made it out of there. I think we did the right thing. Because I know you and I both had talked before. The last time we let a group of people go by like that, neither one of us slept a wink anyhow.
No, but it basically seems like anybody that's not us is a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the front line's pretty much everywhere anymore. We, looking at this map, we're not too far off from where Bruce said that the tank crew was at. I think everybody's got food, everybody's got water. God, I feel, blessed us based off of what we tried to do out of the kindness and goodness of what we could do. As far as what happens after that, I mean, we've depended on him this far. I believe he'll carry us forward. I think we all try and rest up, get our wits about us, and we move out towards the tank early tomorrow.
Yeah, just let's keep this shit in the back of our mind. Everything else is secondary after.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
finding
based off
the
these
tank
X's,
and
we're
your
walking
son.
right in the middle of it. You know what I mean?
I get it, but I just want to concentrate on trying to find your boy. Everything after that's secondary, and we can deal with it then.
Right, but I mean, it feels like we're walking right through the center line of a hornet's nest, so. I'm just happy I got you. I'm just happy I got you to have my back. I mean, what just went down, there's nobody else I would have rather had with me, so.
Likewise, brother. You're a tough son of a bitch. But I'm good as long as I don't freak the fuck out.
Well, we're going to keep working on that, all right? You don't give up on me, I won't give up on you, all right?
Deal.
About this point, Dr. Dolinsky walks over, and he comes up to Emmett. He's like, Captain, I wanted to check in on you, see how your hip and your leg are doing.
Well, I mean, luckily the last one, we didn't really have to move around a whole lot, because that's not my strong suit. I mean, pelvis is still a little stiff, so.
Also, just to throw it out there, according to my count, it's been 8 days since that shootout. The original one where you got injured. And I had rolled an 8 on both of those crits. So, you are no longer affected by those crits.
Awesome. And actually, what's funny is, I was going to bring this up, not in the midst of everything, is when I rolled my mobility for the...
You forgot to...
Right, but it didn't. It was inconsequential because the fight was already over as I was moving forward. That's the only time I did it, so...
I thought about that, too, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did, too. I was like, whatever, but that's kind of funny that's...
Yeah.
It's like...
You're also not supposed to be running either, so...
Right.
Like, that was the pelvis... Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of funny, like, that's how that end of that fight went. Like, yeah, I've actually felt a lot better at the end of that fight.
But that seemed like a good time to, like, drop that in. And that was the nighttime. I don't think we rolled weather for the night for that, Kyle.
Emmett just needs combat to make him feel better.
I rolled a 1.
Well, that whole conversation's happening in the rain. It's raining. Which would be a great time to fill up canteens. Womp womp.
Or I will take a drink and fill 2 up.
I was kind of kidding. You're sleeping.
Not if it's raining.
Yeah.
Why not? You can sleep in the rain.
That's true.
You can 100% sleep while being rained on.
You have to.
I've done it many times. It's not good. It sucks. But you can.
Sounds romantic.
The trick is you put your helmet over your face so that at least your face isn't getting wet.
We'll do that, and you see a little bit of rain pool in the dent where I got shot in the head just not too long ago.
Yeah, but then Adam, it does that thing where then it just starts pouring off the front of your helmet.
Right, that's why I'm saying you put it over your face and lay on your back so that it rolls off.
I get it, but it makes that like louder dripping sound.
Oh yeah. Then you put your earplugs in. And just hope no one kills you in your sleep. I hope the guy on watch rolled more than one success.
You had earplugs? No.
Yes. I issued earplugs.
I'm kidding.
All right, so that means it is now cloudy for the morning, since it goes from rain to cloudy. So I don't need you to roll this time, Kyle. And you guys start to see the sun come up. What do you do? What are you guys going to do? Emmett, Merrick, Chris, Kyle.
I got a thing.
Well, I mean, if we are at this point, it would be shift rotation. So Murph's got to crash. He's got to, because he was just as bad as Novak. So Bruce, I would be looking at you to keep watch for our group.
I would sneak and do weapon maintenance.
God, I love Bruce.
Okay.
And Emmett would sleep.
Okay, so Emmett goes to sleep. Murph goes to sleep.
Yeah, he doesn't even say anything to anybody. He just goes over and lays down.
Yeah. Thank God it's not raining now. Kyle, you're going to do weapons maintenance or be on watch?
I'll be on watch.
Well, last time
Are you actually on watch? Or?
I think last time you let him do both, but he ended up failing one of the two.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would do.
I'd say you could spend about 10 minutes doing weapons maintenance. That's fine.
Deal.
Jeremy, you have a thing?
I do have a thing. So, Merrick's at the city pool, and he has his son on his shoulders, and it's a beautiful, bright, sunny day, and the water splashing, and he's smiling, and he reaches up, he grabs his son off of his shoulders and sets him on the side of the pool, and it's his son, but it's Gustav. It's got Gustav's face, and suddenly they're standing on the side of the pool, and Gustav is wearing a Russian helmet, and Merrick pulls his sidearm up, points it right at his face, and pulls the trigger and shoots him in the face. He falls down, and you see the Russian soldier that he shot. The same image. And he wakes up.
Bernard, Dr. Linsky's like, medic, wake up.
Yeah, yes, John. Doctor.
John?
Yeah, don't, Is it time?
It is morning now. We are rotating.
Okay. All right. Okay. Has watch been set up yet, or is that?
I believe the lieutenant is on watch, and some of the rest of our crew are also keeping an eye out. Just in case.
I've seen him on watch. For fuck's sake, I'll take watch too.
Okay. So that's a good idea. I am going to get some Z's, however they say that in Polish.
Yeah. Doc, yeah, get some sleep, and we'll watch over you.
And he goes to sleep. And we see Merrick and LT, and the other half the civilians, refugees. Merrick, LT, you guys want to discuss anything?
Lieutenant Bruce, I'm sorry for losing my temper with you earlier. I was very tired, and it had been a very long day. So I'm sorry for the outburst.
It's okay. I could tell you'd been through the ringer, but you looked a little worse for wear, so.
Yeah, it was not a time for discussion. It was a time for action. And we were, pressed for time.
I get it. I understand. Stressful times call for, stressful yelling. It's all fine.
Okay. As long as, we're square.
Hey. Long as you don't do whatever you did to the guy tied to the tree to me, we're fine. So no worries there.
I did nothing to him. I let him go. I talked to him. I just kept him from running away for a short time.
Gotcha. As long as you got, hopefully, some good information from him, that's all that matters.
I got the information, but if it is good, who can say?
Yeah.
In the background, we see Murph sleeping, and we would kind of track in towards Murph as he's sleeping. We can hear this conversation happening. and we cut to, and we see the scene where Murph's kind of back in Krakow, and he's up on the second story of a building, and he's looking over, and he sees a guy with a goatee and like civilian clothes, and another guy in like camis, if I remember correctly, and it's him and Valentine, and Murph takes a shot, and Valentine takes a shot, and I go walking over there, and Murph's looking through the things that they have, and he sees a journal with poetry written in it, and Operation Reset written on the page. And we cut away, and we see Keanu sitting in a dark room, and he's sitting next to Anderson. Anderson's still kind of healing up and is like, asleep, and Keanu's sitting there. What does it look like, Keanu kind of sitting there?
I mean, it's kind of dark. It's quiet. You hear, random shuffling around, but it's that, eerie silence of a late night hospital kind of vibe going on, where, there's still people up and moving around, but everybody's kind of quiet and things have kind of calmed down.
In the background, we hear a door close. We hear "Go," and we hear footsteps, "Doo, doo, doo." And we hear a man speaking in Russian, and we hear that doctor that had taken you all in. She's speaking in Russian back to him, and they're having a conversation back and forth in Russian. And this goes on for a few minutes, and it's kind of like happening off in the distance. You can just kind of hear it, and you're like, what the fuck's going on over there? And she comes over. She's like, Private Peterson, we were wondering if perhaps you could help us out. We've recently lost track of a patrol of ours, and we've been out looking for this facility and haven't been able to find it. This man's men, we haven't heard from them. They were supposed to make contact, and we haven't heard from them in days now. Would you potentially be willing to assist him? We're trying to fix this plague that's going across the countryside. Is there anything you think you could maybe help? They need soldiers. It's a dangerous world out there.
Well, I mean, I really don't want to go back out there, but if you guys need the help, you guys are helping Anderson. Yeah, I'll do what I can.
It is to save lives in the end. I mean, I know, the world is a harsh place, but we are trying to stop this disease.
Okay, yeah, I'll help.
Okay, I would like to introduce you to this man. This is Yuri. And he says, hello, Private Peterson. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. This is why nobody likes you. This is it right here. If ever you wonder why
I did not see that coming.
nobody likes you, this is it right here. Oh, gosh. I hate your guts.
Okay, the Yuri part I wasn't expecting, but that was awesome.
That dude just never goes away.
It's like I don't think he can do any worse. And he goes, oh, but wait.
There's more.
I can be worse.
Time.gov? You guys want to do time.gov?
I don't want to do anything anymore with you. I don't want to play your game no more.
you or someone you love is struggling with combat-related PTSD, please call 877-717-7873. Again, that number is 877-717-PTSD. Or you can visit online ptsdusa.org. That's PTSD Foundation of America. If you call, you'll be immediately connected to a combat veteran who understands those experiences. And if you go to the website, they have in-person groups scattered throughout the United States. And if there isn't a peer group near you, they have online peer groups. Again, that's PTSD Foundation of America. If you're struggling, you don't have to go it alone.